Bakit? Okay naman Yeah?
Kasi first time.
First time? Okay, why not? Okay, let's do it. Woo! Diba? Astig, diba? Okay. Yo, what's up guys? Jairus here and welcome to another episode of Jairus Inspires Podcast. And today we're talking about health, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, about transformation, right?
Yes. Addiction turn into transformation, and
Yes.
how can you do positive living out of it?
Exactly. So how are you, Lourds? How are you? It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a long while.
I know.
When was the last time we met? When was
Last
it?
time,
I think
the
it's Spice Grill.
first time we met is actually you covered the best.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Now, but my question is, when was the last time we met? I think Spice Grill.
Yeah,
Spice Grill?
the last time we met Spice Grill I think in Sharjah.
In Sharjah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So just a bit of background. Me and Lourds known each other for so long
13 years?
Yeah. How
Wait,
old?
sorry,
Shirkis?
11 years.
11 years. Okay, so backstory, we've known each other for quite a long time. In fact, I covered their
Wedding.
Yes. When was it?
February 14, 2014.
Yes. Valentine's, right?
Yeah.
Valentine's. So they brought me to Seychelles. Ooh, wow. Where was it?
Best memory.
Seychelles. And that was the first
Best
time.
memory.
That was, I believe that was my first travel, how can I say it?
Outside UAE?
Travel project, I think. I believe.
Ah.
Yes, that was my first travel project. I was excited because Seychelles, islands, wedding, and that was very intimate wedding. That was how many people? Like I think
18.
10, 18,
Yeah, 18,
less than 20.
including us and you guys.
Yeah, right.
Because during that time we said, you know what, you prepare for the marriage, not the wedding itself. So for us, it's only a few people, and then photos and video are the most memorable.
True.
So we spend more paying your ticket to go to Seychelles because in the end, it's about lasting memories. Because you can have the big wedding. I don't have any issue with that, but for us, it's about intimate. It's about memories that you will keep forever.
Yeah, and we did an amazing video, guys. And what stood out to me was the story of Lourds' mother passing before the wedding.
Before the wedding.
And that story was touched me and inspired me. So hence why I put that storyline in your video.
Yes.
And I remember when I showed your video, you were crying. You were crying because you was touched about how I managed to incorporate the video. No?
The video, like how you capture from the airplane itself, it's so good with the clouds landing and capturing all the moments. Because like what I said, it's about creating and capturing the best moment. And then you incorporated when my mom passed away few months before the wedding.
Yes, right.
Few months before the wedding. So of course I was so emotional. But she said all her wishes for me and Arnold to get married. And it's the rest is history.
And the music, remember the music that I chose? Right, the 30 Seconds to Mars, that one, and we cried, we danced, we laughed, we cried.
Yes.
The music.
Oh, actually, it really happened. It really happened during the wedding.
Right? Everything, yeah.
We laughed, we cried.
You danced,
we danced.
So it was one of my unforgettable, job of all time, of all my career. It was wonderful, and I wish we could do it again. Maybe after.
Okay, I will ask my husband to propose again.
Maybe 30 years anniversary, or 50 years.
Why not?
If you're still alive. And
that's why you need to take care of your health for you to be alive.
Sure. Okay, so that's why you're here, to inspire people with addiction, with
share the story. Like when before we come here, we were talking about our purpose, about how we can contribute to the community,
impact the community, right?
Yes.
Yes, and again, it's also something that I'm doing right now with my podcast, and also you're trying to also do.
I'm starting because for me, personal branding, this social media, it's not really my thing. And then someone told me, you know what, Lourds, you need to be out because if you're doing something good for yourself, for your community, for your business, let other people know about it. So you inspire others, and that's why when we've been in touch, and I was like, you know what? I know Jairus for a long time, so why not start here?
It reminds me, what you just said, it reminds me of what happened to me in the pandemic. Because if you remember, I was sharing my struggles.
Yeah.
Like I was sharing all my struggles during the pandemic. And I've heard some people telling me, why are you sharing all of this? Why are you sharing all this negativity? But for me, it's I don't think like that way. For me, I was sharing them to inspire people. Because I know I can beat this. Like for me, it's it's a way for me to put whatever I'm going through out there. So for me, it would be also inspire me to overcome those, right? So, and I managed to overcome everything that I went through, and then that basically inspired a lot of people.
Yeah, because you'll never know. Like, okay, you put it out there. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are experiencing the same, and they don't know what to do.
Exactly.
But by you being brave,
then
it's actually helped them to, okay, if Jairus can do it, maybe I can do it also.
Exactly. And I inspired a lot of people. And there's a lot of my followers that are also struggling during those days, during the pandemic, And again, if you're going through something, just put it out there. I mean, I'm not saying everything, okay? I mean, okay, of course, you should also, there's some borderline. There are some things that you should keep for yourself, but you should at least tell your friends. Right?
No, I think the most important, if you know that it will impact others or there's a purpose, then why not share?
Why not?
Not just keep it for yourself. Share it, and you'll never know if one post will inspire and help other or one person or two person to overcome whatever they're facing right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, Lourds, before we go to the topic, which I believe will inspire a lot of people out there, can you introduce yourself? I'll give you a minute. The floor is yours. Go for it!
Hello, my name is Lourds. I've been in Dubai for 18 years.
Wow.
Yes, 18 years. And starting my career, I used to be like going on an entry level in for example, I used to work in a hotel as a receptionist. I started there over the course of my journey, and then I became an operations manager in a real estate company. And after that,
I didn't know that.
I lost my job, and that's the time that someone offered me to be a founding member of the largest business setup in the UAE, which is Creative Zone.
Yes.
So in Creative Zone, I started from the beginning. I was employee number 2. And over the course of years, it has grown massively.
Yeah.
But my journey there, when I worked for 10 years, I always push myself. I told myself, after 10 years, when I become a COO, what's next?
Right.
It's the owner, and I'm not going to be the owner. So that's the time when my business partner asked me if I want to partner with her in a restaurant business. And then, it's really tough because you have a stable job. It's a high income job. Are you going to take the risk to go into business or entrepreneurship?
True.
But the thing is, I told myself, if I'm not going to try now, when will I try? I don't want to reach 50 years old and then I will regret it. I wish I have started younger.
Yes.
So, story is, I left my job, I planned everything, and we were talking about earlier about the license. Guess what? We signed up the list, I left, pandemic happened.
Right before the pandemic, I remember you opened your restaurant, and then pandemic happened.
So that it's like, no matter how you plan your life, you do things accordingly, you'll never know what will happen tomorrow. So you have to pivot. You have to think, how are you going to do it? And me and my partner were like, shit, we cannot do anything about it. We have to go with the flow. We have to fight for it. And it's hard. It's not easy. We're supposed to open like April, May. It became October because of lockdown, because of there's nothing you can do about it. And guess what? We are two brave Filipina who will open a restaurant and everyone are closing. And that's the time when we hired a PR company. And we were like, how are we going to open the restaurant? They said, okay, don't. And when we were having a brainstorming, and then I said, all the staff that we are interviewing and we're going to hire are the people who lost their jobs during pandemic.
Yes.
And they were like, that's your story. Don't go with two Filipina open a restaurant. No, that's your story. And we were shocked. We the PR company asked some of the journalists to interview us and talk about it. And we were surprised because during the time of downfall for the whole world, you were putting like a good thing to do, something which is inspirational, motivational. And that's how the story unfolds. Like I even have, interviews here, and then we were featured in Emirates Woman, Gracie, those kind of newspaper and stuff and magazine. I didn't realize that,
Yeah, see, that's the power of giving value. It's something that I always apply to my content. Like, always give value first.
Yeah, what's in it for them,
Exactly.
It's about how you can help. So that's where the story happened.
Sure.
And then what was that? After that, over the course of 5 years now, last year we have expanded our branch to Al Ghurair and Burjuman. Look, it took a while for us to expand, but it doesn't mean that, because you need to recover from pandemic and how you make sure you're gonna do it. We don't rush things. And now, we have 3 branches, and we're happy. From few employees, now we're 45, and majority are Filipinos.
Yes,
and we do have other nationality also, but I think it's about having a purpose for the business.
Wait, you haven't mentioned the name of your restaurant, which is? You haven't mentioned it.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't mentioned it. I was waiting. When are you going to mention your restaurant? Come on, at least give a shout out.
I'm not really the kind of person who always promotes first.
Exactly.
It's about the story. I think that should be one key. It's about your story, and then what you want to promote should be after.
Yeah.
It's unintentional that we are talking. Yeah. Yes, the name of the restaurant is Spice Grill.
Woo! Spice Grill! Spice Grill! Shout out! Guys, the best seafood in the UAE.
Wow.
Guys, trust me. How many times?
And the tomahawk. Wait, seafood and meat.
Tomahawk, beef. Lords, how many times I went to Spice Grill Sharjah just to...
A lot of times. Even when you're living in Ajman before.
I was living in Ajman.
You were like, okay, come here.
Even in Dubai, I always go to... I travel, I fight across all those traffic just to...
And bringing your models there whenever you have photo shoot. Lourds, can we go
Lords,
there?
Lords, huwag mo laglag dito, Lord. Walang laglagan dito. Guys,
Cat.
Models talaga. No, I mean, friends. See? Friends.
Yeah, but you're having photo shoot. Then you have models, correct? How do you call it?
Okay. Friends, models, acquaintances, clients. I bring because I am very proud of the Sharjah Spice Grill.
Thank you.
And I think it's one of the most aesthetically looking restaurant here.
Overlooking of the water.
And especially knowing that Filipino restaurant or Filipino-owned restaurant with that kind of vibe and size, 2 floors, and I mean it's
we are really like a lot of people were like, why did you set up that big?
Yeah.
And we were like, one time, big time. Go for it.
True. And also for me, as a perspective with a lot of, for example, other nationalities, clients and friends, I think it's not, how to say it in English, parang hindi siya nakakahiya.
Not embarrassing. You're
it's not
proud
embarrassing
of it
to bring someone, especially from other nationalities, to eat in a Filipino-owned restaurant,
That's one
right?
of the goal, by the way, of Spice Grill, even most especially in Sharjah. And even if you go to Burjuman, we try to make it aesthetic.
Exactly.
Even when I spoke to Konjen, and our aim is like, let's admit, we have like a lot of friends here, boss, other nationality.
Yeah,
you want to showcase also our cuisine and our food. And sometimes you don't want to bring them. I don't have any issue with that, but you want to bring them like something that you will be proud of, that, hey, it's not only Italian or Thai or this kind of cuisine has the good restaurant. We can showcase also.
Yeah. And again, it's not embarrassing to bring other nationality in your restaurant, And until now, actually, I'm planning to go to Spice Grill. Hopefully next week. Burjuman, you have Burjuman already?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you have the Sharjah and Al Ghurair.
And then
the
recently
latest
you one. This is why I keep asking you. I said, okay, do you want to come here?
Okay, I thought that you're asking me to go to Al Ghurair.
So you can bring another
Burjuman. Okay. Guys, again, if you're craving for seafood, great seafood, steak, Spice Grill, Burjuman, Al Ghurair, and Sharjah. Okay, okay. Is there anything else for you?
That's it.
That's it? Okay, so let's go to the topic. So Lourds, just want to mention that Lourds also was one of the brave people who texted me. And then I told the story about the what's it called this, basically episode, the topic for the episode, because I receive a lot of texts from people. And there's one tip I want to give you guys. If you're going to text me and you want me to feature you in this podcast, at least share me the story on the first text itself.
Yeah.
First message, Don't just text me and then say, can I be featured on your podcast? And then what's next? What's next?
Know your purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Like, tell me right away. And Lord sent me like a 3-paragraph, message, and then explaining the whole story. And I was stunned because I didn't know this background. I didn't even know that you smoke. To be honest,
really?
I didn't know. I didn't saw you.
I was having 1 packet, 2 packet a day. That's how crazy I am with Raquel.
Okay. So topic for today, guys, is about health, improving your health, going or staying away from addiction.
Yeah.
So Laura's been, you told me, for 18 years. You've been
I've been
smoking
smoking
for
18 years, like, college.
Yes. Since
You know,
yes.
college, you have friends, you
Trying
have this,
everything.
trying everything. You're cool if
Yeah,
you
trying to be cool.
smoke,
Yes,
and that's how
exactly.
you do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been smoking for 18 years, and I feel like I cannot live without cigarette during that time. When you wake up in the morning, I enjoy the coffee with a cigarette.
Yeah.
When I was working, I have to go down for a smoke. And then I remember in my previous job, like some of my staff or my team members will only come to me after I have my cigarette. So, this
because
is
you're,
like I need to clear my mind. That's how I
you
think
will only get your
before.
mood once
Yes.
you get to smoke. Oh, really?
I'm so stressed. I have to go down with
God.
my friend, with my office mate, and then smoke. And then sometimes, I think of solution when I'm smoking. So for the longest time, for 18 years, I thought smoking has been my best friend.
Oh.
And it's bad to think right now that,
Sure. Yeah.
like, over the 18 years, that has been eaten me about smoking.
True.
And I remember I tried to quit, by the way, on the last maybe 16, 17 years, 18 years, I tried to quit on and off.
On and off.
I
Okay.
switched to iQOS, so it's a device for the last 3 years or 4 years. And then I was even like throwing some of the iQOS. And then guess what? After 1 week, I will buy. So it ended up it's expensive.
See, that's something I can't relate because I never got addicted to smoke or any substance. So for me, I can't relate. But I've heard a lot of stories with people
Yeah.
with addiction, and it's
Try
really
to
hard
quit,
for them
but
to
it's
control.
difficult.
It's difficult.
I try to quit, but it's difficult. And there are times also, the bad part that happened was I don't have cigarette that time, and then I want to buy it immediately to the grocery. I made a wrong U-turn. That's how addicted I am. I made a wrong U-turn just to buy quickly. Guess what? I got penalty and black points because
my
I did the wrong U-turn.
God.
Because that happened. And honestly, I'm ashamed to admit, but I realized that I was smoking IQOS, and my kids are at the back of the car.
No
Yes.
way.
That's how I realized recently how bad I am, what I'm doing. I don't do it every time, but like when you're craving so much for a cigarette, you realize that I'm smoking IQOS, and then my kids are at the back, and it's like, how am I doing it?
Yeah.
This is something that as a mom,
Yeah,
it's very shameful. And there was a time that I tried cold turkey, like you quit immediately. It didn't happen. I tried reducing method. Like when one day 20, the following day 18, the following day 15. Again, when you're on
When you
one,
get stressed, you go back to 20
exactly.
again.
Then it didn't happen again. So I was like frustrated. And then there was one time, I Googled everything, by the way. Hypnotherapy. In the Philippines, hypnotherapy is something that you're crazy. Why are you letting it to do it? But actually, I tried once hypnotherapy. It's more on counseling, on how to reprogram your mind. What do you need to do while you're doing it? It's not like you will lose your conscience or what.
Yeah.
I tried once, but what happened is I realized after I did the one session, I didn't prepare myself. Like, I just go there, and then the hypnotherapist said, you have to throw everything. So I was like, it didn't work because I have to go back again. Then I told myself, okay, after my birthday, I will do everything what I want. And then after my birthday, I'll quit completely. Then I do my session. Actually, after that, second session, gone. But before I do that, I remember I even have a photo of my last cigarette as I joined one of the running club in Dubai Marina. So I smoke, I finish, I throw everything, and then I join the running club. That's the start.
Oh.
My addiction, what I did is sports. I started running.
Wow.
That's how you do it. Because it's like when you feel like, I want to smoke, I keep myself busy. I keep running, even jog. And by the way, when I started running, I was very slow. I'm not really like active. I'm very slow. So that's how you do it. I transform it. And then I remember when the first 6 months is difficult. 3 to 6 months, that's the most difficult. Then I'm crazy. I told myself, okay, on 1 year, I will do full marathon. So I signed up for a local race, full marathon. And then I realized, I'll make myself crazy with the training. And I didn't even do half marathon. From 5-10 kilometers, I jumped to full marathon. I said, you know what? I dream big. I'll go for world major. I search, I Google.
Wow.
I sign up for Berlin Marathon. It's a world major.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how crazy I am. So my anniversary of quitting smoking, I actually did a full marathon in Berlin. And that's something that I'm proud of. I don't care about the time. It's not about the time, but it's about knowing yourself. You achieve something after 1 year of fully quitting smoking.
Wow. That's a great achievement. And what my takeaway from that, it's like for you, what you did was it's not about removing addiction. It's replacing addiction.
Yes.
Yeah. So at first you're addicted with the cigarettes, and now replace it with running sports. You know?
Yeah.
So that's a good take. So you don't have to remove the addiction completely. You just have to replace it, right?
Yeah. If you like swimming, if you like dancing, cooking, it's just you need to keep yourself busy because I found more peace in running because it's your headspace.
Sure.
Imagine, looking back, I thought cigarette when I smoke, I can solve a problem because my mind will be clear. Guess what? When I do running, I think of something. For example, what promotion can I do in Spice Grill? Or
when you're
what
running.
can I do? Yeah, I do that because, if you run 30 minutes, 1 hour, what are you going to think? Look around? No, keep your mind busy. It's your headspace.
Yeah. And I've heard that there's some people that born with addiction.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you're born. It's something that you're born with, but you just need to be addicted with the right thing, right? So at least now you're addicted to sports, right? You managed to replace smoking with sports. That's good.
Yeah, it's something that you just need to replace. Like, you're right with addiction.
Yeah.
I remember in Berlin Marathon, when I was on the 32 kilometer, that's like when you say you hitting the wall, meaning it's, for a runner, it's like it's something that you need to really push forward because on your head, it's not the mental battle on how you're going to finish it. And then at the back of one shirt of one of the runner, it's mentioned there, imagine the world without cancer. And I was literally crying because my dad passed away, by the way, from lung cancer.
Ooh.
So that's
it's
when
in the blood.
Yeah.
It's in the blood, right?
That's when I told myself, the next full marathon that I will do is with a purpose. So the second marathon that I did, I spoke with one of my running coach. I said, I want to do a charity run. So that's when I signed up for London Marathon. I'm a big dreamer.
Wow.
So what I did is I signed up for London Marathon. It's a charity. So I raise money for a charity there. So because the next one is have a purpose. Then at least you know that there are people that you're gonna help. You're helping because of this run. Then after that, the third full marathon is with my husband. Arnold, actually, my husband
shout out.
Actually, he doesn't like running. He used the word hate running. And guess what? It's like with a partner, we need to be inspire each other. Start with your house. Start with your home. You inspire your kids, you inspire your family before you inspire others.
Wait, so you're saying you started running first before?
Yes.
Oh
Guess what? He's becoming like a beast now. He runs faster than me.
I mean, just look at you guys. It looks like Arnold is the more sporty one. Oh.
He used the word hate. I don't like running.
Oh.
And then Chicago, he got in, and then I joined him also. So that's how our relationship our relationship, it's filled with sports and.
Oh my God, I miss Arnold. I miss Arnold so much. Arnold became a Filipino, full-blooded Filipino, and now we're wearing jersey and basketball shirts.
True.
I always tease him when I first met him in your wedding. I told him you should wear a basketball jersey and then shorts, and now he started wearing it.
Yeah.
It's very funny. It's very funny.
Yeah, but anyway, with like what you said with addiction, after I did the 3 marathons, then what's next? That's how I am. What's next? I started doing triathlon. So I joined the group.
Wow. Hence that shirt, right?
Yes.
Iron Man. Wow.
But it's 70.3. Not yet full.
Wow, that's insane. Wow. I've never done Ironman, but hearing the stories, and actually I managed to cover Ironman here in Dubai, and I saw how
yes.
hard it is. Like
It's mental. It's mental battle also.
Not just
it's a
physical.
Test.
It's
Physical,
mental.
but it's more mental because when you swim, imagine you swim in the. By the way, I learned only swimming like 1.5 years ago. So I'm not really like a good swimmer. I'm still slow. But for me, it's about I promote sports, most especially swimming, because it's a survival sports. You know, everyone should learn how to know the basic for survival.
I don't know how to swim.
Yeah, so you should
Yeah,
you should start. I mean, what if something happened, knock on the wood,
Yeah.
and I don't know, you're in the plane or in the cruise, then at least you know how to float. You need to know how to survive.
You know
in
what's
the water.
ironic? I finished marine transportation as my bachelor's degree. And I don't know how to swim. And I never learned how to swim.
That's the start now. That's the
Imagine
start.
being a seaman, and then you don't know how to swim. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah, but it's at least it's a survival sport. Everyone should take consider or focus on that. And then cycling. I used to cycle before, and then doing a triathlon is something that it really helped me in terms of thinking, like what I told you earlier. I'm thinking sometimes business idea when I'm cycling. Imagine you're cycling 3 hours. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
Or sometimes listening to podcasts. So
Yeah.
at least it's helpful for me.
Yeah, I feel the same way, but because you feel zoned out.
Yeah.
Like especially for me, like if I'm doing photography, for example, sunsets, right? Taking pictures of sunset, I feel like I'm zoned out to everything else, and that's how I manage to think, to plan.
Yeah.
So same thing with the cycling, especially if you're cycling in Al Qudra, it's
Qudra, yeah.
very peaceful.
Yes.
The roads are very nice, So yeah.
So
That's incredible.
I really promote. I really encourage people or everyone to start sports. It doesn't. You don't need to do triathlon immediately.
Yeah.
Start with walking. Like some people, they were like, "Oh, I don't have time." No, you can make time. Sometimes I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning to start my day, cycle and swim or run, because you need to be committed. Start from yourself. You need to have discipline if you want to achieve something. And also for a parents, for a mom. My advice is you cannot expect your kids to be active and achieve something in sports if parents are not moving.
Sure.
And a lot of people, I mean, I have some friends, they're frustrated if their kids are not fast or are not good in some sports. But as a parent, we are their role models. Start from yourself. You
Start
cannot
from yourself,
expect them.
Yeah.
You cannot expect them to be good at something if you don't move.
Yeah, exactly. So, could you say that your kids are your biggest inspiration?
Yes,
for
absolutely.
Changing your life.
I mean, whenever we go, by the way, they are my inspiration from quitting smoking, because I told myself, I don't want that I'll reach to the point that I will see my kids smoking because they think it's normal.
It's normal, yeah.
So this is one of my biggest drive to quit. And for me, I want at the young age they've seen that I quit already. It's something that if we go out, like the smell of the cigarette, it's not normal should be. So
And imagine with as you said, driving with your kids and taking smoke while they're with you, and I was stunned. I was like, because I think secondhand smoking is worse than the first hand,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
It's worse, and it's something like looking back, how I wish I should have done that, but I'm happy that at least I'm no longer doing it. So for anyone who's watching this, I think ask yourself again, because trust me, there's a lot of people who's still doing it, and I can see because IQOS is something that you can just smoke in the car, but have a second thoughts. It's for your benefit because that's your addiction. But how about at the back of your car, your kids?
Exactly.
So you have to really, have a second thought of start quitting, and let's promote everyone to stop smoking.
Exactly. And then how about because not all people can do sports, right? Not all people are sporty. So is there anything that they could use or they could do to quit smoking? Is there any other ways that you think that you could suggest?
The hobby. Find your hobby.
Find any hobby.
It doesn't need to be
have
sport.
okay.
It's just I'm a sporty person. That's why I divert it there. But it could be music if you're into music, if you like reading books, or you like cooking, you like baking. So there's a lot of things. There's even dance lesson. There's even, there's a lot of things happening here. But my suggestion is start something that your body will move. Because that's when, it will turn for you to,
Your body will move and your mind will get occupied.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right?
Got
I think that's more important. Your mind should be occupied. The thing is, if you tried, for example, like vaping, you're still smoking. You're still, I mean, what's your take about vaping? Because a lot of my friends or people out there, they from smoking cigarettes, they transition to vaping, and they told me that
it's
their way. It's their way to quit smoking, but you're still smoking.
No.
So I don't get it.
For me, I've done it myself from real cigarette to IQOS. I didn't do vape because I don't like it. But the thing is, the vape is more accessible. You can just use it anywhere, even in the car, even in the toilet. Unless with cigarette, it will be smelly. The IQOS, it's a bit smelly, but still doable. Yeah. That's fine. But I think for me, it's all the same. Yeah, it's either you quit or you don't quit.
That's the act of smoking,
yes.
right? You're still doing it.
Sometimes the addiction is only having something, you put it in your mouth and use
the
it.
Hobby.
Yeah, or try something, whatever. You have lollipop or have pen or, because sometimes it's just a habit.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's associated with social environment. If your friends are going down, for example, to smoke while you're in the office, you are just like influenced because it's a social environment. That's how you do. Sometimes if they're, for example, drinking, that's the time you smoke because it's a social environment. So again, it's your mindset. It's your mindset. How are you going to overcome that? Because no one can help it, by the way. It's just yourself. So you have to believe that you want to smoke for you to be able to fully stop smoking. Because that's how I did it. If I don't believe, a lot of people will say, oh, you're not going to quit. You're addicted. And then I said, you know what? I will prove you wrong. I quit this. Today is this day. Finish.
Wow.
And for the past 2.5 years now, I quit fully, and I will hopefully, but I know I will not gonna go back again because
hopefully,
but I'm not gonna
never.
go back.
You should say I will never go back to smoking.
We'll never go back again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's. See, again, I don't have experience. I never got addicted into anything, but I feel so proud.
Oh, thank you.
As I told you, I don't even know. I never noticed that you're smoking. I never seen you smoke, to be honest.
Really?
Back in the day, yeah. Even during your wedding, I think, sessions, and I never seen you. So I was stunned when I heard this story, especially with your kids. Okay, I wanna see. This is maybe out of the blue, but I wanna go back to your childhood days. Okay, so you said that you around what age you started
18.
smoking? 18. Okay, so what was your parents' reaction during that moment?
Which one? When I started
They
smoking? They didn't know. I hide it. Yeah.
Oh.
So I started 18, but I'm only smoking, for example, when you're in school or you're out. They didn't know.
But the first time they saw you smoking?
No. They didn't. They never see.
No way.
I hide it. Even before they pass away, I hide it.
Okay.
So again, it's about addiction. It's about peer pressure. It's about social environment or socially that I'm doing it. So they didn't know.
Okay, so I asked this question because that leads to my next question. What if your kids one day, what if hypothetical, what if they tried it? What if they started smoking? And of course you've been through the same, like what would be going to be your reaction?
No, I think it's more of I'll have to start talking to them and share my experience. And maybe I will ask them to watch this episode.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. So at least they know my
10
journey.
years from now,
You'll never know. If you post it in social media, if you post it online, then it will gonna be there for the record, right? So one day I will show them how I quit and what happened to me and how I did.
That's good because I like what I heard because it's not about being angry to them.
Yeah.
I believe that it's the way you talk, the way you explain. Because growing up, like for us in the 90s, growing up, I mean, when it's not, but I think parents back in the day is way harder than parents today.
So much. Oh my God.
Imagine you probably got hit with the slippers and
the stick,
the broom,
even the hammer,
right?
everything.
Like back in the day, it was common. Believe it or not, it was common
now,
to hit kids.
If I do it to my kids, they will say, I will call police.
Oh my God! And the thing for me, which I'm really proud. I never spanked my kids. I've never done that. And I'm really proud of it, because for me as a kid growing up, I was hit a lot by my mother. But yeah, it's part of growing up. It's part of how we evolve as a human being. So, but yeah, I mean, Lords. I mean, look at the shirt. I wish I can have a chance to
You
wear that
can.
in
You
the future.
can.
So what
Just
was
believe
that?
in yourself.
Oman.
Yeah. I did it February in
Okay.
Muscat, Oman. It's a good
Oh.
experience. I mean, swimming 1.9 kilometer in the
Okay.
ocean. It's like, for me, I just want to overcome it because I'm not really a strong swimmer. And then going to cycling, which is 90 kilometers,
Yeah.
and it's like rolling. So you'll see like uphill, down, and enjoying the view of Oman. It's something I'm happy.
Wow.
And after that, the challenge of half marathon of 21-kilometer run, that's where it begins because that's when it's hot. But it's nice to see like other athletes, cheering
Okay.
you up. And then my husband
Got
were
it.
there. So I think it's my Ironman 70.3 journey. It's about how I prepare. It's about what I've learned to be more resilient, like that you believe to yourself. Like same thing how I quit smoking. I believe to myself that I can do it. So same thing in life on how you're going to trust yourself and believe that you can achieve something.
Mic drop moment. Lord, what will be the goal in the next 5-10 years in sports for you?
In sports, in sports, I still want to do full Ironman, but not now.
Not now.
I still want to do few of 70.3,
Wow.
but the full Ironman is something I'm dreaming of because it's really a physical and mental challenge because it's not easy. 3.8 kilometer swim followed by 180 kilometer cycling and then full marathon, 42 kilometers. So really, this is a lot of preparation. And I've heard from my friends, social life will be dropped. Like you have to do the training, work, and then family. So
Wow. When you think you can achieve this? Like, do
2
you have a
years,
goal?
maybe. Yeah,
2 years. So
years.
from
In
now,
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Once everything in the business is okay, and I know it will be okay, then yeah.
Okay. I will watch your stories, and then I hope it's something that you could achieve. It's I mean, it's something that I always tell to my followers. Like it's it's always dream, dream and try to achieve whatever
Yeah.
you're dreaming.
But I am actually the kind of person who's goal oriented. I always told myself, okay, this is my goal. Same thing at Spice Grill. Last year, I told my business partner, let's have Spice Grill in Dubai. So from 2020, we have built Spice Grill Sharjah. And then last year, I said, okay, let's do it in Dubai because it's time for us to be out in Dubai. Beginning of the year, we open in Al Ghurair Mall. End of the year, we open in Burjuman because that's my goal, to have Spice Grill visibility in Dubai. So now, I mean, it's a matter of having a goal and works towards it. Your goal can be big, but what's your steps to achieve it?
Yeah. See, a lot of people, they just keep dreaming. The thing is, if you have dream and you don't have goal, you don't have steps
Yeah.
for you to achieve it, it will always be a dream, forever be a dream. So yeah,
That's true. And always make the first step. You have to try. If you don't, my principle, my mantra, if you don't try, you will never know.
Yeah, it's true. And I think it's something that I'm a proof of because you've seen me grow from being unemployed and then putting up my own company,
Business.
Creative Zone, and until now I'm still a client of Creative
that's
Zone.
nice.
So after I think my company now is like 9th year.
Wow.
So I mean you saw my progress. I saw your progress.
Oh,
And
thank
from
you.
Creative Zone to your business now doing Ironman. Incredible, Lords. Is there anything, or you know what? Just closing statement. Just any advices or shout out to your friends, to your Arnold, to your kids. Go for it.
No, for me, of course, the Spice Girl team. The team has been really part of my inspiration also. And I'm always thankful for them because I cannot be in the business 24/7. But for me, without taking care of the staff, the business will not grow. That's always my principle. Second is to all who's watching now, act now. If you're not gonna do it now, when are you going to do it? Don't wait that you will regret that later on of what you want to achieve. And always set a goal. I'm like a goal queen. I have this goal and I work towards it. And there are times that you will be demotivated or you're down, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But as long as you start somewhere, you make the first step, then tomorrow be better. That's how you do it. I mean, I'm not successful like this just because I wake up tomorrow or yesterday. It's about how I work towards it. So trust yourself. Trust yourself because no one will trust you first except yourself.
Wow. Mic drop. Thank you so much. Woo! Lourds, thank you so much. You inspired me a lot. Like, trust me, you know. Also. And then I hope we can inspire a lot of people. And to your kids, watch this episode 10 years from now, you know.
Don't smoke.
Don't smoke sa pipe pa. Lourds, thank you so much. And I wish you all the best, you know. Sana marami pang branch ng Spice Grill UAE. And then I will go to Spice Grill Burjuman, hopefully next week. Actually, 12. I have my friend's birthday. So maybe on the 12th. Done? Done? Okay. So,
April 12.
Okay. Spice Grill, guys. Spice Grill UAE, you know, Sharjah, Alguer, Burjuman, the best seafood in the UAE. Trust me, guys. Trust me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Lourds,
much.
thank you so much.
Thank you.